Showtime!
Showtime!
And welcome back.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of
Don't Do That.
Don't Do That.
Right here on Mad as Hell Monday.
On 16 TV.
All right. I hope you guys' weekend was great. I hope it was good. Here we had rain.
Another Monday.
But here we are on another Monday.
Here we go again.
Here we go again.
All right, so any, mini, miny, mo, catch you
you go ahead and go first.
Okay. All right,
get it started and set it off.
Everybody has seen this one. Everybody has seen the viral video, 53 million views. All I got to say about this one before I get into more detail is, bro, you don't take your side piece to Coldplay. 53 million views. So, what happens is, Andrew Byron, CEO of astronomer.com, married, with children, love and marriage. Yeah. And Kristen Cabot, head of HR,
quite literally,
get caught up at the Coldplay concert. And Chris Martin didn't even know he was putting them on blast. So, pretty much at every concert they have the Jumbotron, and they get the kiss cam on, a couple just out of the blue, and then y'all kiss on the kiss cam. Right? Okay, so he puts the kiss cam on them. And first, Kristen Cabot, she does her face like this. Okay.
Oh my God.
Andrew Byron, Andrew Byron, he ducks completely out of the picture. And Chris Martin, the singer for Coldplay, says they're either having an affair or they're very shy. And he had no idea how on the nose he was. He
really was.
So, as I said, he's the CEO of astronomer.com. And he resigned, of course, after the video went viral. It, as I said, 53 million views. This is the information age. You can't do anything without being on camera or it coming back if it has already been on camera. Okay.
Goofy ass.
Looking at you, Trump. Looking at you, Epstein.
Oh, wait. We can't really look at Epstein like that no more.
We can't, can we?
He's dead. He was unalived and in prison.
Federal prison when Donnie $2 was in office and control of federal prisons. But we're getting off the subject, though.
Yeah.
We're getting off the subject. So his wife shut down her social media. And at first, Byron was put on leave by the company, but then he did, as I said, he resigned. The astronomer.com is worth $1.2 billion.
His wife is about to be living lovely.
So, yeah.
Isn't there more people coming out, too, about shit like that?
Well, yeah. There's
about the workplace environment.
He is going to be hit really hard. She shut down her social media and she took her maiden name and put that back as her last name instead of Byron. So she has made a statement without saying a word. And
silence speaks wonders whenever it comes to women, bro.
And to that effect, I just have to say, if you're gonna do this, you can't do that. You can't do that. That's all I got on that.
That's the same, bro.
I mean, I'm just saying. It's kind of like when they say, do you swear to uphold the Constitution? And you say, yes, I absolutely do. And then months later they say, well, do you have to follow the Constitution? Well, I don't know.
And I have to ask my attorneys.
I've got really good lawyers. What the hell does that mean?
That means
it's a yes or no question.
Okay. All right. So we are to the smoke of the ep.
Yes, we are.
Fire sticks, glitter apples. Glitter apples. It is an indica made by crossing grease monkey with sour apple.
Mm-hmm.
And it is an indica. Indica.
Courtesy of House of Dank.
House of Dank. Remember, 15% off Sunday through Thursday.
Yeah, we were in there earlier and I started to, take a picture or do a video and put that in my video. But then usually those videos get flagged for advertisement. But yeah, House of Dank is the spot. And that's where we go. And I know you probably noticed the nice, crispy, Fantastic Four shirt.
I won't be wearing mine until Friday.
Yes, we will be going to see that because you know how we do. We go see all the hit movies that, of course, have superhero swag and movies that we wanted to go see anyway. We go and see those movies for you, and then we give you the out of theater review, like we did Superman Up, Up and Away, and it was fire. So we'll go see Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
We'll be there.
Our first immigrant, alien, Superman. So okay, anywhoozle. The next one, white California man who punched black boy for speaking to white children, sentenced to 41 months in prison. So, according to the Herald, this is what had happened. Court records, an 11-year-old boy was walking with a group of fellow students back to school following a field trip to the Pickford Film Center. As the class was walking north on Grand Avenue near the county courthouse, Bitner fell into step with the group and began walking directly in front of the 11-year-old boy. The child, who was a black child, was talking to a white friend when Bitner, who is also white, turned around and punched him in the face. Now, he caused the child immense pain, of course, and chipped one of his teeth. After striking the middle school student, Bitner made a comment about how the child was speaking to a white person. The child told police that he believed the random assault occurred because of his race.
So
Bitner continued to make racist remarks once detained by officers. According to court records, he repeatedly used the N-word and made references to assaulting black people.
Okay,
now,
so
what was your question?
My question was, how old is this guy?
40. Wait a minute, hold on.
He's in his 40s. And how old is the kid?
43. Yeah, he's my old. 43.
And how old is the kid?
11.
You need your ass whooped.
So yeah.
Somebody need to straight whoop your ass.
Now.
Straight mollywop, beat the shit out of you.
Paul
what are you
Bitner, touching
an 11-year-old for?
Because he's a racist piece of crap. That's why.
Bro.
He's a piece of crap and he needs to be and will be handled when he goes to prison.
Bro, somebody about to handle you.
Yeah. Now, Paul Bitner initially pleaded not guilty to both of the felonies he was charged with. And his arraignment, which was reportedly so heavily attended that judicial officials were concerned that the legal capacity of the courtroom was being violated, ended in him being found not competent to stand trial. Bitner was sent to Western State Hospital, where after 5 months' stay, he was diagnosed with schizophrenic disorder, bipolar type, which means he experiences symptoms of both schizophrenia and bipolar disorder. But as always, mental illness doesn't cause or excuse racial hatred. So now that Bitner is showing a substantially different temperament than he did at the time of his arrest, according to Senior Deputy Prosecuting Attorney Benjamin Pratt, he's well enough to be held accountable. Acts of violence against people motivated by any aspect of their identity are intolerable, and our police department carefully investigates each incident so that it can be handled with justice. It was thanks to quick work by our officers and community members that we were able to hold the offender accountable. The thing is, though,
that just disgusts me.
41 months.
That makes me just want to. I just want to just spit in this.
Now the comments on there, on the thing talking about, so how come there's always only like hate speech or something like that when it comes to directness towards black people and whatnot? Well, because the only time you actually get a response from a black person is whenever you start something. I have never seen one black person immediately go up to somebody and actually just randomly start some shit.
It don't happen. It don't happen. The stereotype that they put out here in the media is false. False. One of black people's, in my opinion, one of black people's only failing is that we don't want drama. We just want inclusion. We want to be left alone to live our lives like everyone else. We just want to be equal and left alone after that. Everything else is bullshit.
They're not. Yeah.
Y'all not hearing it. Hit the fan because it's hot.
No, it was blowing the smoke away from me.
Um,
But no, at the end of the day, I have never seen it. And again, I know I'll probably have people who disagree with me and want to talk shit down in the comments talking about that's not true. The thing is, though, is you definitely did something.
Okay.
Whether or not it was a side eye, which you can't say that it's not been done.
I want to say this too. What was it that they said, man? What was it that they said about we need to fix something about I need to fix that cough. Or you know what I'm saying? I need to fix that cough. Oh yeah. And this is what happens when people don't let go of their childish habits or something. That some clown said in the comments.
No, that wasn't even about the cough or anything like that. But he said something about childish habits. But it's like at the end of the day, adults like to have fun too. And adults like to enjoy themselves too. And for the people that act like we can't let go of childish behaviors, 9 times out of 10, you're probably sitting there either drinking yourself a beer, smoking you a cigarette, or popping you uphill. Pick one, because everybody has a vice.
Childish habits being smoking weed because kids ain't populating these dispensaries, bro. These is grown folks that's populating these dispensaries. So this ain't no childish habit. You're trying to make a judgment or whatever, or you're trying to judge me when I'm in my own house doing what the hell I want to on my camera with my wife in my clothes in a house that I pay for. You don't run shit but your mouth on this show. Childish habits my ass. Every figure in this building I paid for with my hard-earned bread. You don't tell me what to do on my show, bro. And then what was something else that somebody said? I want to address the comment clowns. They said something else about us.
People say a bunch of shit.
I'll remember.
I know somebody said something about liberal with their slave on the plantation. Liberal white woman with her slave on the plantation, which was hilarious.
I'm not RG3. I'm not Bob Griffin III. Nowhere near, bro. Nowhere near. We'll talk about that because we ain't gonna get too long.
It's actually your turn now.
Oh yeah, let's talk about that.
Let's talk about that.
So, speaking of
Bob,
because we didn't already decided. I agree with the homie Joe Budden. You don't get no cool ass nickname. You don't get no cool ass nickname.
You don't even get Robert. You get
for
Bob.
Real. You that character. You that character on the Django that Samuel L. Jackson played. You house nigga. That's what you is, bro. And like Shaq said, all you gonna ever be remembered for is your podcast, bro. And that's sad. Cause from what I hear, cause I don't fuck with you. From what I hear, you was a pretty decent athlete when you was playing football. But even your ex-teammate had to roast you. And they made him apologize or whatever because of business ties. But whatever.
No, he said he apologized for bringing his wife into it. Yeah. And everything else stands.
So this segment is Bob Griffin III. Because he's Bob Griffin. That's right. He's Bob Griffin III versus Angel Reese. Okay, so my first note is RG3 is a hater. Flat out. That's the moral of the story. He's a hater. He continues to attack Angel Reese. As a black man,
Stop it.
You need your ass whooped.
Stop
You are attacking a black woman and you came out of a black woman. Show some respect. Calm it down, bro. You're taking it a little too far. You didn't have to repost that. And you all know what we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't have to repost that. Cheryl Swoop said it best. It ain't even been that many females that made it to the cover of 2K, bro. But that accomplishment is overshadowed by you with your bullshit constantly picking on this little girl to keep yourself relevant. You like the Jim Jones of sports.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
You're pathetic. So
Jim
anyway,
Jones.
the next one was unnecessarily posted. Yeah, the monkey pic of Angel Reese on the podcast. Yeah, because it was in my notes. But everybody already know what it is, so I'll say it that one time. Then he steady pushes the narrative that Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark.
They don't hate each other. My God.
Here's the thing. That whole narrative is going to be pushed because
it's a white
in
and
media,
black girl.
It sells. It's like sex. Sex sells.
Beef
okay?
sells.
Beef sells.
Because you're so
if
ignorant.
you want to keep something going, oh, the people that love Caitlin Clark, they're versus Angel Reese. The people that love Angel Reese, they're versus Angel Clark. Caitlin Clark. They can't exist without that. They need that story. They need that. So they're gonna put these two people at odds that probably don't even give a damn about each other off the court.
They
Angel
have
don't
typical
care.
Fucking regular standard
Angel don't
beef.
care.
I mean, that it's not even beef. It's not. It's regular sportsman like type of stuff that you're gonna have.
So I took quotes from different people, and Cheryl Swoop says about Bob. We don't need you. Stay over there, is what Cheryl Swoop says. Joe Budden, here's my quote from Joe Budden, so you can, me and him are right here. Joe Budden's quote, bitch ass nigga.
Okay.
I approve that message. Ryan Clark, he's fixated on her for clicks and attention. I agree with that one as well. But he had to flip-flop it. Corey Holcomb, he came in and did the same thing that Bob Griffin did. He defended Angel Reese, but then for clicks and attention, he dogged Angel Reese so he could flip-flop and get, support from both sides because he's, starved for attention. He's an attention whore, So he does his thing so he can stay relevant, kind of like Jaguar Wright. And then Shaq, which, is the most famous quote, he says, post another blank pic and I'm going to punch you in the fucking face. And I also approve that message. Now, just for those who may be unaware, right now, presently, Angel Reese, because I did my homework, Angel Reese is averaging 14 points a game, 13 rebounds per game, 4 assists, nearly 2 steals a game, 45% from the field. This is her second straight all-star selection, and this is her second year. 9 straight double-doubles in the past games that she's played, and she's averaging a double-double. And for her critics that aren't athletes, when was the last time you even did some push-ups? When was the last time you even got off your couch besides going to get some more popcorn to watch her play a game and miss a couple shots? Like, she still ain't. She's a second-year player. Give her 2 more years, she's going to be running circles around.
Because all your hate is going to just build her.
For real.
Okay. So, for the end of the show, I'll try to make it brief. His name is Eel Ford. A 25-year-old African-American man died from multiple gunshot wounds after being shot by Los Angeles Police Department. Officers in Florence, Los Angeles, California, on August 11, 2014. In the weeks and months that followed, Ford's shooting triggered multiple demonstrations and a lawsuit by Ford's family claiming $75 million in damages. The officers and eyewitnesses offered competing accounts of the events surrounding the shooting. In an investigation by the LAPD's Watchdog Unit, Los Angeles Board of Police Commissioners concluded in June 2015 that one officer had been justified in the shooting while the other officer was unjustified, had acted outside of LAPD policy, and had violated Ford's civil rights by detaining him. According to LAPD Commander Andy Smith, in August 2014, Wampler and Villages saw Ford walking on the sidewalk at 65th Street and left their vehicle. Wampler said he knew Ford, but did not recognize him at the time. The two officers confronted Ford as part of an investigative stop at around 8:20 p.m. They told investigators that though they carried a taser in the patrol car, neither took it out, and Villages instead drew his gun. Villages said he believed Ford may have been armed because he was in a gang area. Villages soon put the gun away and repositioned himself as the cover officer while Wampler approached Ford. After the release of Ford's autopsy, LAPD Chief Charlie Beck said Ford walked away after Wampler and Villages left their vehicle to speak to him. An earlier press release said Ford looked towards the officers but kept walking and made suspicious movements, including attempting to conceal his hands. According to Beck, Wampler and Villages told Detective Ford concealed his hands as they attempted to stop him. According to Beck's account, the officers then followed Ford to a driveway where he crouched between a car and some bushes. Wampler and Villages said they believed Ford was trying to dispose of drugs that were in his possession, which Wampler felt was sufficient evidence to arrest him. No drugs were found in the vicinity, however. Smith said as they were walking towards him, Ford whirled around and basically attacked the lead officer. Wampler told investigators he had approached Ford from behind and pulled back his shoulder with the intention of handcuffing him. The officers and an LAPD spokesman said in August 2014 that Ford had tackled one of the officers and that a struggle ensued after Ford tried to remove the officer's handgun from its holster. Smith said Ford grabbed the officer around the waist, threw him to the ground, and was laying on top of the officer when he was shot. In Beck's account, Wampler and Villages told detectives that Ford had been on top of one of the officers and reaching for the officer's gun when they were both opened fire. Wampler told investigators he had been tackled by Ford and had landed on top of Ford, but Ford rolled over immediately and took the top position. Villages responded by pushing his knee into Ford's back and attempting to handcuff him. Wampler said he then felt Ford grasping at the holster pistol. Villager said he feared for his life and that of his partner and shot Ford in the arm. Then, at Wampler's urging, fired a second round into Ford's side. Wampler said Ford continued to resist, causing him to retrieve his backup gun and used it to reach around Ford and shot him in the back. Smith said Ford had been on the ground when he was shot and said this was an extremely rapidly unfolding event. Basically, the fight was on. After the shooting, Wampler handcuffed Ford. Wampler told investigators a crowd appeared, including one man who appeared angry but left after Wampler pointed a gun at him. 13 seconds elapsed from the time that Wampler and Villages left their vehicle to the first shot. LAPD Lieutenant Ellis, whatever the hell, said the officers sustained minor abrasions that did not require hospitalization. An LAPD news release said neither had been injured. Smith said Ford had been unarmed. Two witnesses disputed the officer's claim that Ford had concealed his hands and said that he had raised his hands as the officers left their vehicle. They also said that Ford did not tackle an officer and was instead tackled to the ground by one of the officers. Tritaboya Ford said her son was lying on the ground and complying with officers' orders when he was shot. Other family members supported her account, including a man who identified himself as Ford's cousin and said they laid him out and for whatever reason they shot him in the back, knowing mentally he has complications. Every officer in this area from the Newton division knows that this child has mental problems. The excessive force, there was no purpose for it. The multiple shootings at the back while he's laying down, no. Then when the mom comes, they don't try to console her, they pull the billy clubs out. Harrison, who said he saw the shooting from the second-story window, said Ford had put his hands in the air when he was tackled to the ground and shot 3 times. Harrison said that while on the ground, Ford was struggling like he didn't want anyone on top of him, didn't want anyone holding him down. 2 women who were in the home adjacent to the driveway said Ford had not been on top of one of the officers and had instead been face down with the officer on top of him. Doreen Henderson, a friend of the Ford family, said she heard someone yell, "Get down, get down." She said she heard a pop and neighbors telling officers he's got mental problems. Hill said, "I was sitting across the street when it happened. The cops jumped out of the car and rushed him over here into this corner. They had him in the corner and were beating him. Busted him up. For what reason, I don't know. He didn't do nothing." Hill said he heard an officer say, "Shoot him," followed by 3 gunshots while Ford was on the ground. So basically,
I heard that twice.
the thing is that the only thing that I noticed that even connected, there's only one thing that connected to me. When the officer said, "I thought I knew him," right? Now, the family had also said, from here to Newton, the officers know who this kid is. All right, though there's been this gang area where he lives at. There's always an excuse.
They thought they knew who they was killing.
We're just going to stop and randomly chat it up and try to entrap somebody into a conversation to tell on themselves. That's just what I'm hearing. One person lost their lives while the other 2 got off. But the city lost $75 million to people that aren't guilty. Again, make it make sense. Thanks again for coming out and seeing us. If you want to know more about the story, you can Google the shit. You got 2 working fingers. Google it. Unarmed black men killed by police officers. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and get notified, and we'll see you on Wednesday. Deuces.